in all of this, if you guys remember nothing else, and this is actually, I love this, Bill had this in his capital improvement. Oh, sorry. I mentioned that once before, but I didn't clarify. My bad. I'm usually better at that. Yeah, the FA is a financial advisor. That's the person who comes to the district and evaluates what the tax rates, could or should be, and what revenues they should have. But this request for 9.8, it will be bonds that will be sold at a later date. It's going to be done when taxes are available, when funds are there. And the goal is, as they go through this, as they sell it in the future, broken up into multiple little chunks, that they will match, whenever possible, the taxes and the revenue, so that there is not going to be an increase. And as you've seen, if we go back to that previous slide, the district has done that consistently over its 40-year lifespan. They've issued small little pieces when necessary in order to be as efficient with tax dollars as possible. And so that is really the takeaway of this. This authorization gives them that line of credit, but then there's still each of those steps that would be required if the board was actually going to utilize that authorization for other projects. And that's kind of the basics of it. Again, there's going to be specifics in Bill's plan in a future meeting where the board will be in session and can be asked questions, and there can be input. And we hope to put as much information out as possible so that everyone can make an educated decision. Again, this is your choice. The board can't ask you to vote for or against this. We're just here to kind of make sure people understand what it is all about, how it works, and most importantly, that this is not, like again, the school bond, this is not telling them go sell 9.8 million. This is, we give you permission to do up to that over time and when appropriate, if that makes sense. So, again, specific questions to the project, we'll wait for Bill in a subsequent meeting. Are there any questions of kind of how that works, or maybe even with Michael, how the election works, or any kind of the structure of it that we can be helpful with here tonight?
When's the election?
May 6th. So May 6th is...
Excellent question.
Yeah, it is actually a question.
I was going to say, hang around and ask Simon anything you would like about this process, and we are very happy to have him involved because this is what his company is heavily involved in. Is about being informed and experts on this process. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, my name is Michael Bacon, and I am the attorney for the district, and we run the election for the district jointly with Galveston County. So this is not necessarily the day for the Q&A, like Simon said, because we want that to be in a public meeting that'll be on the record. This is what we intend to do right now, and we'll probably, hopefully, cut my sections out of this. But get the video of Simon's presentation here today posted on the websites for any private community website, and also the district's website, and links to the slides through a Touchstone website. Exactly. Because we got to get this information out there. And then we will discuss the individual project lists and anything else that is a community concern going forward. The one thing I would like to note today is that because you touched on it, 7 years ago, the 3 elections we had before, that 14.5 million roughly, that was the first proposition. We went and met, I went and met with members of the public. We pared it down to 4.5 million. The current request of 988 is entirely consistent with what was known to be needed, 7+ years ago. And at this time, and I think the board has shown some judiciousness also on, like you said, like a school district. Apparently those guys are terrible. I don't represent any school districts, but they get the authorization, they sell them immediately. The 4.4 that was authorized, that has taken multiple years to sell, split up, be reviewed, be analyzed. We're just finishing up. I would very much like you guys to have some emergency authorization in the event of a hurricane, and I think it is very consistent with even though you have a new engineer, you have a new operating company, it is very, very consistent with what has been known for the better part of a decade, that you need at least 10 million,
In reserve.
in authorization to accomplish projects. And that is why that's what's being asked for. So it shouldn't be news to anybody. And if anybody wants to see that, we've got it all. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
Perfect. No. So short answer, May 6th, and there'll be early voting just like any time to the 2 weeks prior. And we'll have all those dates on the website. We're gonna try to do our best to communicate. We don't want anyone to miss it, whether they vote for it or against it. Our goal is just to get people to go, cast their ballot and let us know what's going on. And if there is input in this process with these other public meetings, we welcome that as well. Again, that's going to guide the district as they move forward. So, cool. All right, I'll stay around. I know Michael's going to be around. Bill's in the back if you want to, poke him too. So, and any of the board members.
Thank you.